All right, part two. Let's knock this out. So I probably talked a little too much for that first video, so I'm gonna try to be quick. All right, next question. What is your favorite bottled water company? This isn't quick. I'm not really partial. Water's water. Maybe Fiji, but that's expensive. Okay, Fiji. Yeah. All right. How often will we have Zoom classes? That's something that I'm kind of like still in the process of figuring out. This whole virtual learning thing is very foreign to me, especially because I'm not like the most tech savvy guy there is. But I'm working on it. I would hope to have a better answer for you next week. So I don't really want to say too much right now, but next week I'll have a better answer for you. Good question, though. Very good question. How many states have you traveled to? I don't know the number off the top of my head. North Carolina, because I live here, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New York, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois. I think that's it. So however many that is, that's how many I've been to. All right, next. What's the intrigue of history? That's a very good question. So the intrigue of history is that people haven't changed. Not much. People's access to technology have changed, but the study of history is essentially the study of you. It's the study of you if you would have lived in that time. Many people look at history and they look at it on the side of, say, for example, there is, terrible event. People look at themselves more so as the victim. They look at themselves as if they would have been the victim and not the oppressor. But history kind of tells a different story, that we're all capable of doing very good and bad things. And so when we look back at history, we can kind of see what we are capable of. And if we know what we're capable of in terms of evil, in terms of bad, then we have the opportunity to not go down that path, to not choose evil, but instead to choose good. So what's the intrigue of history? To learn about you. I mean, I love it. I mean, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. It's what I teach for a reason. And I'd say that's a large part. How has your day been, Mr. Trogdon? It's a nice question. It could have been better. Our power went out last night because of all these storms, and it probably, I don't know how hot it got, but all the AC, the AC was, off. So it was like 85 degrees, and I can't sleep when it's hot, and I didn't sleep very well. And then the power did come on like at about 5 a.m. this morning. My wife told me to go back to bed because I was downstairs because it's cooler downstairs. And then the dogs were laying on my phone. We got 3 dogs, two of them are very big. Dogs laying on my phone, didn't hear my alarm go off, woke up a little late. That's one of the reasons these videos are getting up a little bit later than I anticipated, and also just because the internet's a little bit slower today. But I'm having a great day. I have a lot of fun doing this, I really do. Didn't start off that great, didn't end off that well last night, but it's going very well. Thank you. Thanks for asking. Do you think you're turtly enough for the Turtle Club? I am not turtly enough. I am definitely not turtly enough. There is no way I have enough turtleness to be in the Turtly Club. I don't. Do you ever stress about online schooling? Yeah, I do. I'll be honest with you, like this whole thing of like filming myself every day, like this is totally different. I've taken more videos. I took more videos on the first day than I have taken videos of in my entire life. That's just not something that I do. I don't really take pictures. It's odd kind of seeing myself on camera. I don't necessarily watch all these videos all the way through because I am self-conscious. We're all self-conscious about some things. And, so do I stress out about it? Yeah, I do. I think that I'm going to get the hang of it, though. I think that this is going to be a really good semester, though. So I got a positive outlook, but there is some uncomfortability that comes with it. And I think that's what stresses me out. Nobody likes being uncomfortable. So I'm just trying to embrace that a little bit and just, make the uncomfortable comfortable. Yeah. So another good question. Thank you. Why did you choose to teach history, and what are you excited about teaching about? So the reason I chose to teach history, has more so to do with my grandparents. They were big into history and taught me a lot growing up. They would quiz me, teach me mainly about like U.S. presidents, and went to Washington, D.C. several times and absolutely loved it. And it's hard not to be passionate, especially when you have, like I admire my grandparents a lot. And it kind of, introduced me to some of the intricacies of history. And I took a immediate, I was drawn immediately to it. So I would say that is why I teach history. And what am I excited to teach about? So I just finished a book called Profiles in Courage. It was actually written by John F. Kennedy when he was in the Senate in 1955 is when the book came out, right around there. And I've always had this question, and then in the foreword to the book by his late brother, Robert Kennedy, this same question came up. And I guess what I'm excited to teach about is this central question. What's the president's job, or what's the Senate, or like a representative in Congress? What's their job? Is it to do what the people want, or is it to do what's right? And what happens if those two aren't the same thing? What if what the people want isn't right? Or what if, what is popular? I guess I'm kind of restating the same question in different terms. But yeah, what is their job? Are they truly representative of the people, or should they act separately than the general public? And is that democracy? I mean, golly, how many questions are loaded in that one central theme? What do you do in your spare time? I'd say my biggest thing to do in my spare time is fitness related. I have to go to the gym, go for a run. If I'm not doing one of those things each and every day, I feel like I wasted my day. It keeps me sharp, keeps me in good health, and also instills some discipline. And honestly, I think that's probably the most important part of your life. If you're disciplined, you're going to be good at what you do, and so that just instills discipline, because you got to do it every day. And you got to eat decent. You can't just eat crap all the time. That's nasty. How's life been during COVID? I ain't gonna lie, it was rough. I like having stuff to do, not just stuff to do, but things that give me meaning, purpose, and teaching definitely does that. So not being able to actually teach or not feel like as if I was teaching was really tough. I hate the summers. I hate having time off. If it was me, we'd go to school 200 and some days a year, and there wouldn't be like a 2.5 month break. So it's been, I've gotten through it. There's been some ups and downs, but I don't want to dwell too much on it. But I am glad to be back. I'm very excited, and I think you can probably see that a little bit. What advice about junior year can you give? Junior year. Make sure you got your priorities in line. Junior year, you typically just got your license. Now you can go off, kind of have some freedom, do what you want. Stay disciplined. You know the difference between right and wrong. Most of you do. You know the difference between right and wrong. You have to choose to do right. You have to make sure that your priorities are in line. Schoolwork, your physical health comes before just, having a good time. Think about future you. And what you can do right now to help future you, instead of what you can do now to make present me, happy. Because present me and future me, they don't always see things the same way. All right, next. Favorite Taco Bell item. I am a breakfast burrito bro. I don't know if I should have said that. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what burrito bro means. I probably should have said it, but I like burritos. Breakfast burritos, definitely. Taco Bell breakfast is underrated. All right, next. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? That's hard to say. Maybe I'd be a little bit more decisive, and I think that's something that I can change. We all doubt ourselves. I think that I need to have more, sometimes I get down on myself. I'm a little self-conscious, a little bit too self-conscious. It's good to be self-conscious in some regards. If I could change one thing about myself, it'd just be more confident in my abilities, more confident in my character. Yeah, maybe that's just something I need to work on. Like maybe I need to make myself better, and then when I'm doing those things, I'll feel more confident. So we'll see. How many projects will we have? I don't have like a perfect number on that. We will have projects, obviously, and they will be a little bit different than typically if they were in class. But one thing that I've been thinking about a lot is doing less group projects. I've done group projects in the past, and I'm thinking about maybe doing like one or two, and it'll be a lot harder online to do group projects anyway. But that's kind of something I've been thinking about getting away from, just because group project, I know how it works. I have been the lazy student in high school. I have been that, where you just get the other people in your group to do the work and then you take credit for it. Nah. So how many projects we have? It's kind of just wait and see. But it won't be anything that you can't do. All right. Let's see. We'll be studying mythology, specifically not only Greek, but specifically Nordic, Egyptian, and Chinese. Not really. I'm just gonna be honest with you, not really. In my philosophy class, we kind of go into it a little bit more, especially in like Greek philosophy or Greek mythology, and a little bit into Egyptian and Chinese, but not necessarily. I do think those are good routes if you want to take to, again, just learn more, because myths are just stories created to make sense of the world and how it came to be, and universal truths within it. So mythology is definitely something that I would encourage you to keep, going down. And if you want any suggestions of maybe some different things to read, hit me up. All right, craziest teaching moment. First thing that pops to mind is like my first, maybe second year teaching. I had a student ask me, we were talking about this period in the Jamestown colony in about 1608 called the starving time. And essentially is a time where they hadn't collected enough food, people were starving, they were dying, and this girl, she didn't raise her hand, she just blurted out, "Hold on, you mean to tell me that if you don't eat, you'll die?" And I didn't know what else to say other than, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably the craziest. All right. Last two. Do you do pop quizzes? Not really. I kind of like you to already have an idea if you're going to have a quiz. I do like notebook quizzes, and that can be sort of a pop quiz, but you have your notebook, and this is going to be a little bit different virtually anyway, because you're always going to have your information at hand. But like if you were in class, like I'll give a notebook quiz and you get to use your notebook. It's not hard, but it also helps me make sure that you're doing the work and you're keeping up. So good question though, good question. All right, last one. What is your favorite subject to learn about in history? Favorite subject. Man, there's so many. I don't think I can really narrow it down. I would say that if I had to choose one topic, well, all right, if you're looking at subject, I would say American history, just because, again, I'm interested in it. I think that America is a very different place than the rest of the world, especially in its creation. I think that's something we need to understand and know about. My favorite topic within American history, American Revolutionary War is always going to be up there. I would say Civil War is going to be up there. The 1960s, and that's a big period in American history. I'm going to say American Revolutionary War, and I'm going to stick to it. Boom. We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend.